George Washington had become the first United States president. He created the oath of office as the first official act of the Congress of the United States. Then he levied tariffs. Then he created the Department of Foreign Affairs, and next he created the Department of War. Now, when he created the Department of War, the United States didn't officially have an army or officially have a navy. It had leftover regiments and remnants of the Continental Army and militias within the states or colonies that participated in the Revolutionary War. So while it was called the Department of War, it wasn't ready to go to war. And the act of Congress that created the Department of War said as much, although not directly. The Congressional Act emphasized the inventorying of both troops and equipment that was being used or being stored for the purposes of military operations. It required the secretary to visit every magazine and public store at least once every year and report to Congress the state of them. He was responsible for transporting and ensuring the safety of military goods and personnel, and employ people to do the same. And he was responsible for telling the Commissioner of the Treasury how much it would cost or does cost to maintain the military and to recruit military members. And of course, he and everyone in the military would have to swear an oath of office before they were allowed to serve, as well as maintain records for all actions taken by the military. And again, this was before the United States had any official army or any official navy. So how does this compare to the Freedom Constitution? Well, Article 6 of the Freedom Constitution covers the formation of the military. The Freedom Constitution doesn't define an overarching centralized command such as the Pentagon or the Department of War, but it does define the military components that Congress is required to create. And it doesn't define what the names of those components should be. And for the purposes of this video, component is synonymous with branch of military. It defines 7 components or branches of military that the Congress is required to create under the Freedom Constitution. I will quickly read through those 7 branches. A force to protect the waterways that line the borders of the United States and territories, as well as United States citizens and United States businesses in international waterways. We currently call that the Navy. B, a force that exclusively operates within the waterways and coastal regions of the United States to facilitate life-saving missions of humans who are facing imminent peril, are missing, or are facing life-threatening weather conditions. The description goes on, but we currently call that the Coast Guard. C, a force that exclusively operates within the cyber warfighting domain. We currently don't have that branch of military. D, a force that exclusively focuses on operations between the sea level and the troposphere. We currently call that the Army. E, a force that exclusively focuses on operations in the atmosphere beginning in the troposphere and ending in the thermosphere. We currently call that the Air Force. F, a force that exclusively focuses on operations at or above the Earth's thermosphere. We currently call that the Space Force. And G, a force that does not exceed 150,000, which is subordinate organization to the force that operates between sea level and the thermosphere, is trained to operate in all physical domains and can be placed into hostile operations by the President of the United States for a period of 179 days without an official declaration of war. That's a mixture between what we currently call the Marine Corps and Special Operations. And you can see the Freedom Constitution removes many overlapping mission areas that currently exist. Deconfliction is not required with the Freedom Constitution because there are no conflicting areas of operations between the branches of military. While the Freedom Constitution doesn't delegate a centralized command such as the Pentagon or the Department of War, it does rely on Congress to set one up if one is required. And instead of letting Congress eventually elect an official military branch at their leisure, it requires them to create military branches. The military is designed to ensure your safety, and without safety, you have no freedom.